Are you guys aware of the latest conflict in the automobile industry? The latest conflict in the automotive sector is between supporters of electric vehicles and those of hydrogen fuel cell powered vehicles. The technology is here to stay, despite the fact that the latter sounds more like a title from a science fiction film. Welcome to Cartastic, where you can get interesting facts about cars. No one believes that leaving behind fossil fuel powered cars is inevitable today. It is impossible to continue to be in the dark about carbon dioxide emissions and the harm that they do to the environment and to people like us. Because of their increased efficiency and inclusivity, electric vehicles are gradually taking over as the norm. However, the underlying technology is far from ideal. If something is going to take the place of conventional cars, it can't just be a little bit better, or in some situations, just assuage our ecological guilt. Some claim that the genuine solution has been within reach for some time and will completely change how people travel on land. We're bringing up cars powered by hydrogen. Do hydrogen cars actually have a chance to reduce our emissions? And what precisely are they? Here are 10 reasons why we believe that hydrogen could have a significant impact on the automotive sector in the future. When hearing about the driving range of these cars, even people who would typically choose EVs tend to change their minds. For context, let's consider that the median EPA predicted range for all 2020 electric vehicles was around 250 miles. Who would risk driving an electric car cross-country? This seems good if you use it for short trips or daily tasks inside your city. Customers are aware that EVs are primarily intended for urban dwellers, but what about drivers who reside in remote or rural areas? Where are the best places to charge electric cars? Even in the future, having quick and secure access to charging stations will be a problem. Unfortunately, another thing that is a significant turnoff is the relatively mediocre driving range. However, hydrogen automobiles could be a good alternative for individuals who are against gas guzzlers and dangerous pollutants. Hydrogen vehicles do need refueling, which is difficult in rural areas, but at least they have a greater range, which gives drivers more options. For instance, a 2021 Toyota Mirai may cover 845 miles on a single hydrogen tank. The Hyundai Nexo, which runs on hydrogen, has a similar driving range to the Tesla Model S, with an average travel range of 330 miles. It's important to remember that both consumers and industry professionals believe that the Tesla Model S to be the best EV available today. 2. Hydrogen cars fuel up faster. EVs' very long charging times are a serious flaw. With a 7 kilowatt charging station, it takes the typical electric car, with a 60 kilowatt hour battery, 8 hours to go from empty to full. According to Kelley Blue Book, the Audi e-tron requires 10.5 hours to recharge fully, while the Tesla Model S long range might take up to 12 hours using the Tesla wall connector. On the other hand, hydrogen automobiles can charge to a full tank in just 3 to 5 minutes. A hydrogen-powered car appears to have a similar driving range to a gas-powered one and can refuel just as quickly. It appears that hydrogen cars are the future, and electric vehicles are only a stepping stone if we compare driving range and charging time frames. As a result, it makes sense why some automakers are hesitant to get behind the latest hoopla and are not overly enthusiastic about EVs. 3. They're quieter. In regions where there's a lot of traffic, noise pollution has been demonstrated to negatively affect both human and animal life, making it a severe problem in our cities. Compared to the methods needed to power a vehicle using traditional fuel, the conversion of hydrogen into electrical energy is far quieter. The sound of hydrogen fuel cell automobiles is significantly quieter than that of a completely electric vehicle, even though it can occasionally be a little louder. This is a significant advantage. 4. The best of both worlds. In essence, hydrogen-powered automobiles are electric vehicles, except hydrogen rather than a large battery powers them. They combine the advantages of both worlds since, like real EVs, they are powered by motors instead of complex ICE. As in the case with gasoline-powered automobiles, the only thing that prevents them from being an alternative is their lack of mass-market manufacturing scale. As a result, their prices are excessively high, making it impossible to consider them as a purchasing option. Currently, it is only for the world's billionaires and enthusiasts. The absence of charging stations for them is another factor impeding their growth. Before going on to the 5th reason, consider subscribing to this channel, because your support is our motivation to come up with more interesting content. 5. No greenhouse gases at any stage of the process. In order to generate power, ICE-powered vehicles consume high-density gasoline, releasing greenhouse gases as a byproduct of the exhaust system. Although EVs don't produce any smoke, keep in mind that they use power from the grid, which was created by burning coal, which releases hazardous pollutants. As you can see, we are not entirely saving the Earth in either situation. However, since electricity generated from renewable resources doesn't produce any CO2, it could end up making a significant impact in terms of protecting the environment. Finally, we have vehicles that run on hydrogen. Since they employ the most plentiful element in the universe as their fuel and, ultimately, almost function like an EV, without the hydrogen component, they offer a comprehensive answer. They totally contribute to saving the Earth. How wonderful is it that they also produce water as a byproduct? Some would contend that we need to account for the greenhouse gases generated during the manufacturing process. However, gases are also created during segment manufacturing processes of the two automobiles mentioned above. We are only able to take this factor into account. However, if the production facility has been powered by renewable resources, the carbon emission effect is zero from beginning to end. Finish here refers to the life cycle of the car, which makes it a legitimate challenger for the future of automobiles. 6. No sort of depletion. Despite the fact that lithium-ion batteries lack all the necessary technology, we cannot imagine life without them. In many ways, it surrounds us. Let it be in our laptop and phone portable chargers. But these batteries also have flaws, just like everything else. Over time, they deteriorate and lose some of their initial capacity. An iPhone battery typically loses 20% of its capacity in a year of typical use. In contrast, hydrogen contains the same amount of energy in every gram, regardless of the circumstance. Everywhere in the cosmos, they hold onto the same quantity of energy. There is no trick to preventing battery depletion by charging your battery to only 80% capacity. Furthermore, hydrogen-powered vehicles are unaffected by the temperature of the environment. Similar to EVs, you must keep the car in the ideal temperature range to get the most out of its mileage, which can sometimes be impossible in colder nations like Norway, Sweden, etc. 7. Abundance and adaptability. We are well aware that hydrogen is the element that is the most prevalent in all of the cosmos, and has nearly a limitless supply in nature. Although the amount of energy that can be collected from the final process is extremely low, it is nonetheless maintained due to the fuel's availability. We don't have to be concerned about the limited supply like we are with fossil fuels.
8. Adaptability. Hydrogen can be shaped into any shape by science and technology. Even the space station has used it as a fuel cell. In the coming generations, scientists are working to increase its versatility and make it the go-to fuel for people.
9. Stored easily. The inability to easily store electricity is one of its major issues. The major method for storing excess energy is in batteries, although this is not completely effective and there are time restrictions as well. Once hydrogen has been extracted, it can be stored indefinitely and be ready for use. Since hydrogen can be kept for later use, it may one day play a significant role in the long-term storage of electricity produced by renewable energy sources, such as wind. 10. Safe and incredibly powerful. Since hydrogen can produce such large amounts of power, it is frequently considered to be more harmful than other elements or fuels, but most experts think it's just as risky as gasoline or diesel when it comes to powering an automobile. In fact, tests have shown that using standard fuels can make the vehicle fires more dangerous because they are liquid at normal pressures rather than gaseous and do not spread as quickly. Due to its incredible strength and lightness, hydrogen has been employed for decades in a variety of applications, including as rocket fuel. In fact, the lunar missions of the 1960s were propelled to the moon by a type of liquid hydrogen. For a while now, people have predicted the emergence of hydrogen power. Still, while electric cars are getting more and more popular, the development of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles has somewhat frozen. There is still a long way to go until the use of the fuel is common, because there are so few charging stations and the automobiles available in the UK. But with all of the benefits of hydrogen, it's just a matter of time. That's it for today's video. Feel free to give a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to this channel and enable the bell icon since this is a car enthusiast one-stop shop channel. Don't miss the other videos available on our channel. See you next time.